Groovy. Might be time to do some devastation. Do a little bit of autopsy with the grinder. Start figuring out what we're dealing with. Oh my God. Why do I live here? Why do I live in Ohio? Why couldn't great grandpa have stayed in the Dakotas? Oh yeah, well, it's 30 below out there now, 6 feet of snow, so that's why grandpa didn't stay in the Dakotas. I don't think their trucks rust like this. Okay, I did do some video of this, but of course it didn't record. But of course, we find our villain. The idiotic sound deadener foam sponge that traps water right here. And there's even a nice little plastic dam they put in there, see? Which, if yours is nice, this is impossible to get out. But any kind of water that gets in over the wheel well, works its way in, soaks this, can't drain, rots your car from the inside. The last one of these I did, we got a donor truck, and I cut a chunk out here to here, and I drilled out these spot welds, welded across, faired it in real nice, and you couldn't tell. So I don't know if I can find another Tahoe and get a piece, or a Yukon and get a piece of it, and that's what I'm going to look into next. Believe it or not, this is not a parts truck. This is going back together. But, found things that are worse than I thought they are, and found things that are not as bad as I thought they might be, so it's no big deal. But if you look at this, you can see some of our floor mounts are going to need some work, some adjustment, but it's not unexpected. There's the right side inner rocker. It goes all the way up under there, and I've got some corrosion behind it, so I'd rather get at that and deal with it. So we're working its way out. I've got her, and just thinking about this is my new lower dog leg. This here is where all of these Tahoes and Yukons rot out, because GM puts the plastic barrier and the foam sound deadener in there that makes a dam and causes all this damage. So this chunk right here is where they rot. And I wish to heck that the dog leg either came up here or they sold another piece for this wheel arch so that I wouldn't have to go through all this work. Obviously I'm not afraid to do it, but it would be nice if there was a ready-made piece. Same way I've got this roughly the inner part out, and I can make a new one. I've made new ones and patched them before, but it'd be nice if I didn't have to. Other than that, still rolling along. Come here, Sharpie. You're not done. Well, there's what's left of my passenger side rear quarter panel and inner and outer rocker panel. I'm not sure what the right way is, so I just try to do it carefully, which is probably the wrong way, but slower. Hey guys, how are we doing? So I'm going to get you a little sneak peek. I don't often do this. No, I'm not welding on the plastics here. I got two separate things going. I don't often show you guys my welding because I'm really not good at it. I've never had any classes. My eyesight kind of sucks. However, the center rocker is now fitted. It looks like it wants to line up pretty well. It's nice and straight. And I am welding these in. And honestly, for me, those are pretty good. So I wanted a zero compromise build on everything I did on this truck, but there were some things that were worse than I thought. So yeah, there's going to be some compromises, and it's not what I wanted. Like I said, I couldn't take the body apart how I really needed to, so I got to do some repairs up there. It's going to be solid again. So I guess life's about compromises, and you live and you learn, and you hit it, keep hitting it, and you get one done, move on to the next one, hope you're better. So that's my goal when we get to the Suburban or Yukon or whatever we find cheap, that I'll be a step better than this. That's always the goal. Tomorrow will be better than you are today. Maybe you're not great at it today, but tomorrow you'll be a little better. Well, don't know. Can't really see the smoke. It's not one of my projects until I set it on fire. But luckily it was just a little bit of seam sealer that was in there behind where I was welding. So no big deal. Well, not much could be less interesting than fitting body panels. I know that. But the cool thing is, everything from here forward is now a legitimately attached, functioning, welded in part of the vehicle. You guys haven't got to spend much time with me actually doing stuff, just because of the boredom aspect of it. But you can see this panel's actually made for an extended cab Silverado. And the other part of it's down there because it was way too long. And it's like there was no real reason. I don't know if they just don't make this. And I had to fudge it in some spots that I really don't like. If they just don't make this, or for a Tahoe, or what the deal is. I made it work, but it's not ideal. It's just not how I would have liked to have done it. Okay, pretty good place to stop right now, with all the inner rockers now in place. Everything sealed up, primed, welded in. That's part of the car. I really need to get a boring ass long video together. We are making some slow progress on the truck. The inner rockers are in. Hopefully tonight, tomorrow, I'll start fitting the front outer rocker. Start working on cleaning some other stuff. Took this clip panel out for the wiring channel, so I can clean all this up and paint it. You know, I'm happy. We're moving along. Just taking forever. Hey guys, just want to tie up this video. It's kind of a dull one. It's a learning process for me. This is deeper than I've ever gone as far as one of these goes. You know, and I've learned a lot. I'm having fun. Our inner rocker is in and painted and nice and solid. So making videos, like fixing anything on an old car, the way I look at it, I'm not a professional in anything. My philosophy, sorry about the grunt, my philosophy is to do better next time. Every time is a learning experience. So the next one I do is going to be better. When I do the driver's side, it's going to be better. Make every step a step better. If you do it once, make it as good as you can, and then figure out how to do the next one just a little bit better. So we're going to keep doing that. I'm about ready to start on the outer rockers on this one. As soon as I get the inside of them primed and painted, we'll start doing that. And one thing I'm pretty good at is filler. So that's not going to be too bad. But yeah, this is kind of the tie up of this video, and I'm looking into different equipment and changing up the format a little. I want to get better at editing and shooting these, because this one's kind of shaky and weird and boring, and I really want to get away from that and do more solid work, both with the car and with the video. So You know, even though it won't make a lot of money, I'm looking forward to getting to 1,000, because whatever little bit I make from YouTube, that'll be funneled back into better equipment. Entertainment, maybe a little helping people, a little bit of teaching, and just the craziness, just the incentive to keep going at this stuff and keep making things better. And there's things I want, like all of us, things we want in life that we just purely can't afford them. So if you've got the opportunity to go out and build it, if you have the opportunity, then you have the responsibility to try to be self-reliant, to try to fix it yourself, to try to, even if it's nothing major like this, learn. We can all learn. We can all be more self-reliant. That's kind of my philosophy, although I've never been real good at it. I've tried. I'll try anything to mechanical to try to do it myself. So that's kind of my goal with this, is teach myself and get better at this stuff. So that's kind of where we're at now. So if you've made it this far, please hit the like and subscribe and ring the bell. Stick with me. Like I said, I want to make these better. That's the goal, and stick around. Let's see if I can. Have a good one. We'll see you later.